Unfinished has been a really amazing experience. It's invited me to really dig deep in and engage with God, let him tap into me and just see how he brings the best out in me as well.
I feel like he's been asking me to, whatever I'm doing, like do at 100%. Don't do it just to get by. Don't do it just because I was asked, but like do it from a place of like joy and happiness and really just give it your all.
100% involvement and engagement beyond what I thought my capabilities were.
Because at first we weren't given anything towards the church. Now we do a lot of time in church.
For me, I've been wrestling the most with the time and talent card. God's really been placing on my heart how much of a priority Skyline and my church family is, and just giving back to God and that community. I'm so jealous of my time, and I don't have a lot of it up for my own self because I'm a teacher and I'm a mom. So God was like, I have given you time. That's my time. You need to keep your hands open and be generous with the time that I've allowed you to have, because he says, this is the day the Lord has made.
God has really been pushing me to think about the importance of talking about giving and commitment and talent and time with youth and not shying away from that subject because they're young.
So when I accepted the managing director role for Sky Kids and Sky Youth, I remember before that praying to him and saying, how could I give up all these hours? I don't have that many hours in a week. What he said to me was, I'll help you make the time. You just need to surrender and trust me.
He is worthy of my trust. I wasn't trusting him with everything, and it's made me want to be more committed in that area.
To fully commit to this means to fully trust in God.
I finally trust God, and we trust that he will always provide. Showing me that I should just trust in him more than letting my fear lead me more than he has, because he has shown me time and time again that he has provided.
To trust God, to remember that he has always provided, and for us, for our big family, to the impossible.
To trust God, to trust him to provide, to trust him to lead me in the direction that he wants me to go.
Taking that step of trusting God.
I've been working through what it means for God to be in control and for me to trust him, and also in trusting others.
So my commitment that I'm making to God is that I trust him in what his plan is for Skyline.
I'm still wrestling with the financial commitment, but I know God's working in me there too.
This will be the first time in my life that I'm actually going to trust God with my finances wholeheartedly.
Being able to surrender, meaning humbling oneself.
So this commitment gave me an opportunity to actually go and surrender, to realize that it's not just about my planning. So it's a little nerve-wracking knowing that we're leaving everything to God.
I am nervous. Literally, God was like, hey, remember when you made that commitment to let your husband lead you? Hey, remember when you guys made that commitment that, you said you didn't want to handle anything financial? And I was like, really? Really, God, we're having this conversation right now? You're reminding me of all that right now?
I really felt that God was calling me to surrender not only to him, but really to my husband.
When Logan was born, God told me that my son don't belong to me. Also, my resources don't belong to me or my time. It belongs to God. So who am I to say no? I won't give you my time or resources.
We said we really wanted to seek his kingdom first, and we wanted to be kingdom focused, to just fully open ourselves up and surrender to God.
It's not about the number. It's about our love for God, because at the end of the day, it's not our money, it's God's money.
What he said.
This was a big step for me, because playing around with the figure in my head and having to discuss it with my husband, but I finally kept repeating the song in my head. Fear is not my future. You are. And that is what kept me going till now. I'm finally here today. And when I gave in my card and turned the little light bulb, I remember what Pastor Chris said, which he said, think about that light that you're lighting somebody's life. So I cannot wait to see what happens in the next 2 years.
God's invited me toward the future, that
I am His. I'm surrendered to Him. My life's not on my shoulders, it's on His shoulders. That's what it means to me.